cosmic shock, baby.
To purchase t-shirts and merchandise with my art on it, just click on the eye on the top right hand side of the screen and it will take you right to my shop. So I had somebody ask me a question. They asked me, should they go to failure or should they lift not to failure and lift a little heavier, like powerlifting style or 5x5, there are a lot of different types of training programs out there. So what I was going to show you is how I used to pyramid up in weight. So basically when I wanted to go heavier beyond my threshold of weights, like say I normally lift at 225 for lots of reps and all this kind of stuff, how did I break through barriers? How did I get stronger? And that's a thing that, I don't really discuss a lot on this channel because I find it's almost overdone. A lot of people that go to the gym, they feel like they got to always lift more than their max before or lift too heavy, and it's basically overkill. So I've kind of compensated with that by teaching people more about reps and the benefit of that. But the truth is a combination of both is needed. So here what I'm doing is I'm repping out with just 135 on the bench. I'll do a couple sets of this, but I'm not going to failure, you see, because the whole point of the set is to warm up. Not to use up all my energy, not to use up, all my capacity to train really hard. Of course, 135 is easy for me, but the fact is that what you're doing with the warm-up sets is that you're just getting the body ready to move. You're getting it ready to fire the muscles in a certain order. And when I want to pyramid up, so when you pyramid up in weight, say you go up to a really heavy set where you can only do a few reps, the whole point is to get to the heavy weight and train the nervous system to be able to lift heavy. It's not about fatiguing the muscles at that point. It's more about refining the coordination and also refining your ability to fire the muscles properly under that type of load. And then from the strength gains, you now can rep out with higher weight, over time doing this on and off. So you'll gain strength. So basically what I'm trying to say is that when I do a heavy workout like this, I don't do it every day or every time I train chest. It'll be like once a week or once every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks I train like this, depending on how I feel, right? So this is how I broke through barriers and got stronger, and then I would use the other workouts to rep out. So you can see here I'm at 225 just repping out too, and I believe I did 2 sets like this, and it's, again, easy weight for me, but the whole point is to make sure I'm warmed up because, I've seen guys tear pecs and tear themselves to pieces in the gym because what they've done is they've assumed that they could just go in the gym and lift heavy and try to break the record with barely any warm-up. So the really important thing is to move up just in incremental amounts. So first I do 135, then I do 225, then I go to 275, and then I go to 295, and then I go to, I believe it was 315, and then I went to 325. So, I'm not moving up in giant leaps except for in the beginning, and then from there the leaps become incremental. And then, so say your highest weight that you use was 325 one workout, then the next workout you go to 335 or 340 or something. You wouldn't be moving up by 100 pounds for obvious reasons, right? So the thing is that after you warm up and you're not going to failure on any of these sets, then you get ready to lift heavier weight and find the perfect groove. That's what lifting heavier weight's about. It's about finding the perfect groove so that you're firing the muscle hard, and it's about expending extreme effort in a short period of time, but the energy that your body has is not the weak link. You see, that's the difference with this type of training. It's more about how hard can your muscle fire. Okay, how much power can it fire with, so you're not concentrating on fatigue. See, so each technique builds muscle, but each technique will also build different muscle fibers, and you will also find when you're using heavier weight that different muscles will get hit harder than when you're doing lighter weight, because some muscles will fatigue under a certain load for a period of time faster than other muscles, depending on how much of a percentage of fast twitch fiber to a slow twitch fiber there is. Or, so I find, for instance, with higher reps, sometimes my shoulders will feel more of a beating than actually my chest, because my shoulders have a tendency to not burn out as fast. My chest will burn out quick, and then my shoulders just seem to take over the load. There could be a lot of reasons for this, but you're going to find that different rep ranges will actually work different body parts, even though you're performing the same muscle group or the same set. bear in mind that I'm just still dealing with that shoulder issue or whatever, and it's getting a lot better, and that's why I can actually use heavy weight like this. But you know, I still haven't got my groove or my overall strength back. You know, usually I can get a few more reps with 315, or you know, I can usually get a few with 325. You know, so anyway, it's going to take a little bit of time, but I just have to take my time. But I figured this was a good opportunity as I was rehabbing the shoulder to kind of show you how the pyramid system works. And most of you know this, most of you apply it, but it is important to apply this also in your training if you wish to gain strength and to make muscular gains, because obviously strength is necessary for that to happen, you know. So yeah, here I am, just a couple of reps, and you will find actually, because you're working the nervous system mostly in this type of training, that you may actually go up in strength even within the same session. You know, your first set you might only get 2 reps, and then the next set you get 3 reps, just because this type of system actually helps your coordination so strongly that you end up manufacturing a perfect groove. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.